29 straight Sweet 16s. Not bad.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works up here, right? It's not bad, you know. It's something to be proud of. Obviously, it's something that we take great pride in. We try real hard during the season and try to get a high seed, and then you still got to be good enough to win to get there. And I'm just really proud of my team this year, because there's never been a UConn season like this one, and for them to still get to a place where a whole bunch of other UConn teams have gotten to, I think that says a lot about these kids and how remarkable they've been.
You battled adversity again tonight, foul trouble. Leah sat on the bench for a long time. Just
I
talk
know,
about that.
I know. We're our own worst enemies sometimes, you know. We do things to make it difficult for ourselves, you know. It's like we can't stand prosperity, you know, no matter what. So when Aaliyah went out, I think Dorka was great at anchoring the whole thing, and it gave Aubrey a chance to be Aubrey, you know. So winning for us means we have to have multiple players playing well. And tonight, everyone that stepped on the court played well, contributed something, some more than others. So it was a real team win, and I'm happy for Lou and Dorka that they got a chance to end their, you know, home version of UConn career on the best way possible.
How good was the crowd, Geno?
Oh, I mean, you know, we have 4,000 students here. That just goes to show you, I think, the passion that, you know, exists here for our men's and women's team, you know. And certainly I'd be remiss if I didn't congratulate Danny, his staff, and all that team for, you know, for what they've accomplished. And it's just been an amazing weekend, right? If you're a Connecticut basketball fan, it's been really, really cool. And the fans are getting a chance to enjoy it. That's the best part, right? That's why you play these games, so that your fans who support your team all year long, and they, you know, they pay for the tickets, they make the trek. You know, they could just as easily sit home and watch it on their big screen TVs, but they want to be here. They have to be here. They have to feel what it feels like, you know, to be in this building when it's being played the way it was played tonight.
You talk about Nika talked about how your relationship has evolved, how you almost you've definitely made her into the bad guy, the one to yell at the team. And then even at the end of the game today, you gave her the biggest hug as she went to the bench. Can you walk us through like your relationship and how it's progressed to this point?
Yeah, I gave her the biggest hug, but I whispered in her ear, I still hate you. And she said something back that I won't repeat. So, listen, when you have somebody that passionate and that determined and that physically and mentally, you know, engaged, and her physical toughness, you have to just admire, you know, what she is and what she stands for, and she sticks up for herself, and she sticks up for her teammates, and she pushes and pushes and pushes her team, and she pushes and pushes me to the brink, but she always stops right before I deport her, you know. And I look, there's a lot of really good guards. We just played against a couple of them tonight, right? Those guys were dynamite. And I'm sure there's a lot of really good guards around the country, and we've played against a bunch of them, right? There's nobody in America that I would trade Nika for. I mean, in a game like this, played 40 minutes and 10 assists and 2 turnovers, and just really, you know, accelerating the pace of the game. She's one of those unique kids. You know, people throw the word special around a lot, but there's only been a few of those that come through UConn. That's how rare it is.
Sounds like she wants to take your job, though. She said, "Oh, Aubrey, if you don't practice, it's okay by me."
Yeah. I'll draw up a play. I'll say, okay, this is what we want to do. And then we'll go out on the court. And then as everybody runs out on the court, she comes over and she goes, what do you think about if we ran this? I said, well, she's like typical, like I've already decided this is what we're going to do. So I'm just going to ask you. So
I can say I asked.
I can say I asked you, even though, so I used to argue with her. Now I just go, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Go ahead, do it.
Does it work most of the time or no?
When it does, she's so proud of herself. She feels so good. And when it doesn't, she won't look at me for like 5 minutes out on the court.
Aubrey said the pain wasn't gone today, but the adrenaline just kind
Yeah.
of masked it. Can you just talk about
Yeah.
the heart she played with?
Yeah. You spend all your time on the bike during the game, and then you jump off of there and run out on the court. And I don't know how many days she's actually been on the court doing anything since the Big East tournament. So for her to not have a chance to practice and to stay, connected and engaged with, the flow of the games, that adrenaline was flowing today, man. And there were some rebounds that she got that you just kind of shake your head, and there's some plays that she made. I'm proud of her, because she's trying to make up for missing a whole year. Anybody who's ever had a bad back, I've said this before, it's excruciating, and she's growing up. I don't think 2 years ago, Aubrey would have been able to do what she did tonight.
It was kind of a flashback to 2 years ago, because in that middle of that 19-0 run 2 years ago, she was right in the middle.
Yeah, and that's the last time, that's when she actually hurt herself, was in the Baylor game, in that bubble game out there, where she was just playing great, and, it just got progressively worse. And now it's getting better and better and better, but it may not be 100% hopefully we get to play a bunch more, but certainly I think Janelle and our doctors have done a great job getting her ready, and hopefully she'll be ready this weekend.
When's the last time you were in Seattle?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I was out there for a Storm game. It was something during the summer, had gone out to see Dan Hughes another time for training camp. He had invited me out there. And then another time I was at a Storm game. But I haven't been up there in a while. It's a beautiful place, and there's 2 basketball games that you're trying to win. So hopefully we can do a little bit of both, enjoy the city and get ready to. We play a team that's unbelievably good. You talk about, teams that cause problems for you. Ohio State, you watch them play. Whew. I mean, I think McGuff has done a tremendous job there for as long as he's been here, but especially this year. I think he's done a phenomenal job. And we knew when we saw the brackets come out, we're like, all right, if we beat whoever we're playing, I guarantee you they're going to be waiting. And it's funny because Dorka, played that there, so it's, just a lot of, but that's for this weekend. Right now, time to call it a day.